What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Shoot or Shoot, where every shot you do not take, you will miss. So shoot that thing. Today, we're going to talk about the recent happenings in the great state of Pennsylvania with the attempted assassination of the former president, Donald Trump. The happenings were a shock to the nation. Some have their own thoughts about it, real or fake or whatever. We'll get into that too. But immediate after it happening, the Republican side wanted compassion, wanted the political violence, the political negative rhetoric to cease, and we all come together in this big kumbaya unity. All right? Which was a far cry from their thoughts beforehand. Where was the compassion during January 6th when obviously Trump supporters were storming the Capitol, thinking they own America, trying to take it back? His words. Back from what? Anywho, where was the compassion when they were doing things, defecating on desks, killing Capitol Police, when as an action that he basically was the catalyst for it? You can say he called it. You can say he was the head honcho, but he was the catalyst for that whole debacle. Where was the compassion for a sitting service person, Nancy Pelosi, when her house got broken into, her husband got hit in the head with a hammer? No compassion. Where was the compassion during the Central Park Five? Some of you may be like, what are you talking about? Google it. You can read all about it. Where was the compassion for his hiring practices for his casino when he was quoted as saying he doesn't want a black man counting his money? Where was the compassion for when he had his housing situation where he wasn't renting or selling to black people, where he and had to pay out money for that? So now they want compassion. They want compassion. Oh, you guys are so mean. That's a funny word. And I will say, by all means, I want no shape, form, or fashion for a sitting, former, or any kind of president to be shot, any person to be shot or killed. That's just, if you're thinking that, you're dumb. So we can go ahead and cancel that out now. But you wanting the nation to feel compassion for a man who's been through all that, has all that in his record, and now you want compassion. Then you find out that the shooter who shot him ended up shooting him in his ear was one of them, a registered Republican. Then the rhetoric changed. It changed to it wasn't real. It was set up by Biden. Biden set it up, and it was all his fault, because you can't come to grips that one of your own people try to take you out. So it has to be somebody else's. You have to pass the buck to somebody else. You have to blame somebody else. That is Trump, essentially Trump. So, it is what it is. All right. So then you get to the vice presidential choice of his, Mr. James David Vance. You guys know him as JD Vance. All right. It's a very peculiar pick, because at one point, Mr. Vance has some great things to say about Trump that were, I'm pretty sure, was not to his liking. I'll read off what he said. I don't want to misquote, so you won't call me a liar. All right. He says, I go back and forth between thinking Trump is a cynical a-hole like Nixon, who wouldn't be that bad and might even pose useful, or that he's America's Hitler. Strong words for your vice presidential nominee. I'll keep reading. Vance wrote in a message to a friend in 2016. And he ended with, how is that discouraging? So you have a vice presidential choice that has stated he can't stand you, has stated he doesn't like you, and you have him now as having your back. That is a win at all costs by Mr. Vance. He did a complete 180. He was talking in that piece like I think and others think about Donald Trump. I don't think no one has flipped their thought process now. Oh my God, I'm on your team. I'm backing you. You're just the greatest ever. So it just boggles my mind that you follow a person that will say anything, do anything. He's proven that. And anything he does, he has no policy that I know of, that a lot of people don't know of. And everything he does is the biggest ever. It's the greatest. You just wait and see. Just wait and see. It's going to be the biggest thing ever. He's passed the cognitive test. The doctors were amazed and all that good stuff. And yeah, they probably were amazed at whatever score he had. And it wasn't amazement because he had a good score. I guarantee you that. So, and this whole thing, that you don't talk about politics and things like that, or I don't talk about politics in public or on social media because just people are so mean. You feel how you feel. Whether you talk about it or not, you still feel how you feel. You talk about your grandchildren because you're proud of them. You talk about your children because you're proud of them. You talk about your dog, your cat, because you think they're so cute and you're proud of them. You talk about your family because you're proud of them. You talk about your job, your career that you are proud of. You talk about your vehicles, your vacations that you go on because you're proud of. Why don't you talk about the person that's going to run this nation that you're going to choose? Maybe it's because you're not proud of them. Just maybe. As always, guys, I appreciate your time. Today, you can like, subscribe, join some conversations. You can, tell me I'm terrible. You can tell me I'm great. Either way, I'll be here. I'm not going anywhere. I appreciate your time, guys. As always, shoot. You guys have a great day. Until next time.